Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Friday, September 10th, at 3:26 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 691 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Laquan Smith throws a fashion party at Empire State Building. Rep. Ilhan Omar called the governor of Texas a hypocrite for defending the right to choose on vaccines a week after the state passed a restrictive abortion law. Biden calls Xi-US-China relationship grows more fraught. Fact Focus, AZ Canvas report draws nonsensical conclusions. Early voting indicates massive turnout in California recall election. Britney Spears reshares topless pics, posts cheeky snaps and quotes Sophia Loren in Instagram spree. James Gandolfini and Michael Imperioli had to be chained to a tree while filming a Sopranos scene because they were so drunk, co-star Steve Sciarpa says. Fighter pilots recall mission to take down Flight 93 on 9/11. Erie County Board of Elections votes not to certify the general election ballot yet. If you work at a large or mid-sized company, Biden's action plan requires your boss pays you for your time spent getting vaccinated and recovering from possible side effects. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Cowboys QB Dak Prescott's farewell to Tom Brady sends message about his confidence, USA Today. Trump tells Gutfeld I think you'll be very happy with 2024 plans, Fox News. 5 takeaways from Canada's official election debates, The New York Times. Biden speaks with Xi amid low point in U.S.-China relations, The New York Times. Emma Raducanu vs. Maria Sakkari highlights 2021 U.S. Open semifinal, U.S. Open Tennis Championships. Apple Music is adding more DJ mixes with new features powered by Shazam, The Verge. Apple won't let Epic bring Fortnite back to South Korea's App Store, The Verge. Grubhub, DoorDash, Uber Eats sue New York City over fee caps, Fox Business. Google phone rolls out material redesign in Beta 9.5 Google. Hurricane Olaf makes landfall in Mexico near tourist area, NBC News. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Man hid late mother's body in basement for year to draw pension, police say. Fauci spells out how far away U.S. is from ending COVID-19 pandemic. Ted Cruz tries trolling Patton Oswalt, who just puts the joke on him. Rand Paul super weird gun wall stunt gets shot down on Twitter. Un-American, Fox News ripped after host lavishes praise on Kim Jong-un's body. Colbert loses it in real time over that viral video of Steve from Blue's Clues. Jimmy Kimmel cannot get over this new revelation about Trump's makeup routine. Harvard to divest $42 billion endowment from fossil fuels after years of student protest. Jeanine Pirro attacks Biden for being sympathetic toward flight attendants. CBS has a new competition series called The Activist, and Twitter users have thoughts. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Toledo Lighthouse Festival back this weekend. Woman seen coughing on shoppers loses her job. Texas Homeschool Coalition inquiries triple. LMPD asks for help finding 25-year-old. Return of the battle on the border X. Teen who had 19 foster care placements gets help. Lunchroom loneliness turns into field of dreams. Students place 2,977 flags to honor lives on 9/11. Twin Cities food group struggles to find volunteers. Man continues brother's fight to get 9/11 victims help. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. Extreme weather updates. Biden's vaccine mandate, enforced by OSHA, is a big mistake. Did Nazis produce these uranium cubes? Researchers look for an answer. California moves to outlaw stealthing, or removing condom without consent. The Trump coup is still raging. The Met Opera races to reopen after months of pandemic silence. New Orleans built a power plant to prepare for storms. It sat dark for 2 days. The IAA Mobility Show tries to reimagine the auto show. New York edges closer to pre-pandemic life, as city workers return. Tarana Burke talks about the surprising origins of Me Too. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Andrew Giuliani, 9/11 first responders pulled off one of the greatest rescue missions in U.S. history. Senator Joni Ernst, 20 years after 9/11, we still feel pain but we also feel hope. Kentucky lawmakers vote to lift statewide mask mandate for public schools. California bill proposes to return beachfront land to descendants of black owners. Ukraine Zelensky says all-out war with Russia is possible, report. Republicans in Congress, state houses decry Biden vaccine mandate. Andrew Yang, no longer a Democrat, will launch third party. Larry Elder was victim of hate crime caused by woke privilege, L.A. County Sheriff says. Florida judge rules against state's anti-riot law. Trump tells Gutfeld, I think you'll be very happy with 2024 plans. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Friday, September 10th. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Fantasy football start Dorset Week 1, Raheem Mostert big opportunity against Detroit Lions. NFL Week 1 NFC North picks, I don't really bet against Aaron Rodgers, says CBS Minnesota's Norman Seawright. Miami hospital nurse posts disturbing photos, captions of NICU baby on social media. The morning of 9/11, fears of a second wave of attacks. Air Force Navy highlights Week 2 slate of matchups on CBS Sports Network. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Uncivil war breaks out as Cotswold locals row with Jeremy Clarkson. Border Force reveal people smugglers took advantage of 3-day heat wave to get 1,542 across. Amazon considers making Emma Raducanu's historic appearance in U.S. Open final free to air. Care home worker, 30, says she will give up her job rather than be vaccinated against COVID. Chris Whitty will approve COVID jabs for teenagers because it will boost their mental health. Empty nesters embark on a gap year to world's blue zones. Emma Raducanu becomes first qualifier in history to reach a Grand Slam final. Shopper bag unveiled by Balenciaga is ridiculed by social media users. Oliver Dowden accuses Churchill charity of pandering to noisy woke brigade. Janet Street Porter, Border Force officials want to turn their attention to Heathrow. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. The World 9/11 created, the waning of the American superpower. Erin O'Toole, called it dud by fellow conservatives, is now in a tight race with Canada's Trudeau. COVID vaccine creator says mass boosters may be unnecessary. U.S. Navy SEALs, Cyprus Special Forces hold anti-terror drill. Citing high shot rates, Danes end COVID-19 restriction. After over a year of confinement, Singapore looks to ease coronavirus restrictions on migrant laborers. In China's elite circles, $1,000 soups, luxury watches and detention roulette. Strong wind complicates fighting wildfire in southeast Spain. Austria, man kept mother's body in basement to draw pension. Queen Elizabeth II supports Black Lives Matter, royal aide says. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Coronavirus Live News. Biden's vaccine mandate for 100 million workers. Los Angeles requires students to be vaccinated. UK GDP, growth stalls as rising COVID cases and shortages hit recovery. Business Live. Over and above, stunning images from the Drone Photo Awards 2021. Forget plans to lower emissions by 2050, this is deadly procrastination. Peter Kalmus. How 9/11 led the U.S. to forever wars, eroded rights, and insurrection. Restraining order filed against Queens of the Stone Age frontman Josh Homme. Experience, a stranger secretly lived in my home. A national anthem law may have finally silenced the NBA's most outspoken owner. Karen Gillan, you should have seen my fight routines when I started, I looked like spaghetti. Disc sports keep on growing, and aim to expand their empires. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Justice Department sues Texas over restrictive abortion law. State reports significant number of COVID-19 fatalities in pregnant women. Paradise, Australian states free of COVID resist opening. As flights resume, flight of Afghan allies tests Biden's vow. Report of gunshot triggered lockdown at Air Force Base. Kentucky lawmakers scrap statewide mask mandate in schools. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. U.S. Biden and China Xi hold first call in 7 months. COVID, Biden orders employees of big businesses to be vaccinated or face testing. Canada federal election, key takeaways from the debate. Black national anthem makes its debut at the NFL. Twitter to label good bot accounts. September 11, 2001, the conspiracy theory still spreading after 20 years. Elizabeth Holmes, has the Theranos scandal changed Silicon Valley? Afghanistan, what has changed in 20 years? Africa's Week in Pictures, September 3 to 9, 2021. I'll be at front of queue to change my slave name. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. From the archives the day before an American tragedy, dispatches from September 10, 2001. Parents want their children to learn about lingering effects of slavery, but not court, they're the same thing. On this day, September 10, 2005. AP Top Stories September 10th. Dry lightning, wind add to California fire danger. GOP governors threaten to fight Biden's vaccine mandate. Los Angeles schools require vaccines for students. COVID-19 updates. Dear Evan Hansen stars expect years to a TIFF premiere. Lockdown lifted at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base after reports of an active shooter. 20 years later, fallout grows from WTC dust cloud. Today in history for September 10th. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. New poll finds Newsom could easily beat recall thanks to motivated Democrats. Los Angeles Police Department arrests man suspected in a string of armed robberies along Melrose Avenue. A loud and horrible truth, prosecutors deliver closing argument in trial of Robert Durst. LA schools mandate student vaccines, what you need to know. Judge Lex stand LA ban on homeless RV parking, because the city isn't enforcing it. LA school officials order sweeping student vaccine mandate, a first by a major district. After camera found in girls' bathroom at Rancho Cucamonga School, ex-coach charged with child porn. Archbishop Carl Bean, beacon of light in LGBTQ church movement and AIDS activism, dies. Dixie Fire charges north, forcing new evacuations as crews face very concerning weather. Los Angeles Police Department is investigating altercation involving Larry Elder at Venice homeless encampment. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Friday, September 10th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Justice Department sues Texas over 6-week abortion ban. World's biggest machine capturing carbon from air turned on in Iceland. Operators say the Orca plant can suck 4,000 tons of CO2 out of the air every year and inject it deep into the ground to be mineralized. Harvard University to end investment in fossil fuels. Billboard of BTS Jungkook removed in Pakistan for promoting homosexuality. 6-year-old girl rescued after her family tried to gouge out her eye in cannibalistic black magic ritual. Coconuts Jakarta. World's largest carbon dioxide sucking plant Orca is now online in Iceland. Japan officials escalate concerns about possible China attack on Taiwan. Cuba begins vaccinating children as young as 2 for COVID-19. Mexico's Supreme Court on Thursday ruled that a state law defining life as beginning at conception and equating abortion with murder was unconstitutional in another victory for abortion rights campaigners. Queen supports Black Lives Matter, says senior royal representative. Hong Kong, police raid Tiananmen Square Museum. Putin and Lukashenko discuss integrating Russia and Belarus. Afghanistan cricket, Australia will cancel men's test if women's team banned. Vessels return to Victoria after collecting 8 tons of trash from Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Moderna developing a combo booster shot for COVID and flu. The next headlines are from Forbes. New Zealand HECA Act shows why there's a bubble in bubbles. Philippine tycoon Andrew Tan's Mega World cuts MREIT IPO price, size as investors seek higher yield. Cyber attacks are escalating, is President Biden doing enough? Record high 94% of Americans approve of interracial marriage, up from 4% in 1958, poll finds. January 6 probe obtains thousands of pages of federal agency documents. Chris Christie tells GOP to face the realities of Trump's loss and discredit the extremists. China's trillion-dollar hurdle to crack into top global semiconductor ranks. Ewa clearly has all of the momentum in wrestling war with WWE. DoorDash, Grubhub and Uber Eats sue New York City over cap on restaurant fees. Tampa Bay Buccaneers prove they're still team to beat following season opening win. The next headlines are from Nature.com. 5 books from the Alnif Crater Traveling Library. Trove of CRISPR-like gene-cutting enzymes found in microbes. Face masks for COVID pass their largest test yet. China prepares to test thorium-fueled nuclear reactor. Daily briefing, groundbreaking carbon capture plant starts up. Hurricane Ida forces Louisiana researchers to rethink their future. COVID advances win $3 million breakthrough prizes. Flowing crystals for quick camouflage. A simulation exposes the secret spread of hospital infections. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,730,546,327 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. How On the Job franchise went from Venice competition slot to HBO series. Calcoa French Film and Series Festival Bose documentary section exclusive. Keshet orders second season of The Perfect Dessert, sales to be launched at MIPCOM exclusive. Mongolia to launch 30% film production incentives. Mario Martoni on Tony Servillo star The King of Laughter and why the Neapolitan music plays like in Little Italy. Apple Music unveils program to pay rights holders in DJ mixes. Dear Evan Hansen review, Wallflower director makes a Wince-worthy show slightly more relatable. Dear Evan Hansen kicks off Toronto Film Festival with high emotions thanks to in-person return. Cine Asia convention is cancelled due to continuing COVID restrictions. Phil Collins confirms he won't drum on Genesis tour, I'm kind of physically challenged. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. When should we label something terrorism? Newsom needs Latinos to turn out for the recall, but may not have their attention. The world has changed since 9/11, and so has America's fight against terrorism. Black opioid overdose deaths increasing faster than whites, study finds. Breyer warns against remaking the court, what goes around comes around. Pope Francis and other Christian leaders are calling for bold climate action. Two unseeded teams battle their way into U.S. Open final. Biden and Xi Jinping speak for the first time in months amid fraying U.S.-China ties. Smoke and burnt plastic triggered an alarm on the International Space Station earlier. The following headlines are from The Week. Jessica Chastain and Oscar Isaac give an acting masterclass in Scenes from a Married Guy. Biden enters a politically perilous phase. Democrats' abortion rights opportunity. The U.S. Open women's final will be between two low-ranked teenagers. Biden pulls ATF nominee, in setback for gun safety advocates. Stephen Colbert and Jimmy Kimmel roll their eyes at outrage over Biden's new vaccine requirements. Texas Governor Greg Abbott slams Biden's vaccine mandate, defends right to choose vaccination. U.S. says 21 Americans were on the first post-airlift passenger flight out of Afghanistan. General David Petraeus has two regrets about the post-9/11 order, and one could have been. The 6 new steps Biden is taking to fight the pandemic. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. You see people with mushrooms growing out of their carpets, tenants with mold in their homes have little recourse. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Perseverance drills another hole, and this time the sample is intact. White dwarfs can continue burning hydrogen, even after they're dead. Protoplanetary disks throw out more material than gets turned into planets. Space continues to be hard. Firefly's Alpha rocket detonates shortly after launch. These are the news headlines for today, Friday, September 10th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Fomalhaut, the loneliest star, near Jupiter and Saturn in 2021. The next news is from Politico. Biden's abortion clash with the Catholic Church. Congress wakes up to its staff retention problems after COVID, bomb threats and riots. Hundreds of law enforcement officials were prepped early for potential January 6 violence. Trump aides flock to Cheney challengers campaign. We never got it, not even close. Afghanistan veterans reflect on 20 years of war. They created our post 9/11 world. Here's what they think they got wrong. The nation's cartoonists on the week in politics. Texas Bend spotlights Democrats' generational divide on abortion and trans issues. Trudeau takes swings at unexpected challenger. Pence returns to the arena as a podcaster. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. England v India fifth test cancelled due to COVID-19 outbreak on India's team. AFL 2021 live updates. Scott primes Cats to target May and Lever in first preliminary final. NRL 2021 finals live updates. Melbourne Storm v Manly Sea Eagles. Senior Comanchero Bikie leaves Australia despite police efforts. Hunter and Protector, the daycare tale which sums up Jared Waria-Hargreaves. Version 2.0 of UQ COVID-19 vaccine to start clinical trials in 2022. Obvious gaps, spotlight on freightish QLD braces on twin COVID fronts. And just as fast when the Lithgow flash, Marjorie Jackson is about to turn 90. Health staff worried as Delta wave to crash on Queensland hospitals. The day the world changed. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Market snapshot, Dow, S&P 500 set to break string of losses with producer prices on deck. Kelley Blue Book, Mazda's new EV has a nice price but limited range. NerdWallet, 5 things you absolutely should do if you're planning travel amid COVID. Next Avenue, this massive untapped force for social good has the energy, skills and wisdom to make a $6.8 trillion contribution to society. London markets, UK GDP expands a mere 0.1%, sparking worries about stagflation. Windows on the World Chef on his near miss on 9/11, he stopped off at the World Trade Center concourse to repair his glasses. The big move, my wife and I have nearly $600,000 in our investment portfolio. Should we buy a home outright or get a mortgage? Financial crime, South Korean plant poacher snatched $600,000 worth of plants from state parks and tried to ship them to Asia. The Wall Street Journal, Uber, DoorDash, Grubhub sue New York City over cap on fees. Financial crime, the theft was fatal. Employee used 189 credit card refunds to embezzle nearly $200,000, bankrupting packaging firm. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Patent Office in neutral as it awaits Biden's pick to lead it, Bloomberg Law. ARRI launches multiple challenges to the validity of lighting effect patents, newsshooter. iPhone 14 notch will be replaced by a true all-screen design, trusted insider says, BGR. Leahy and Tillis ask Patent Office to address soaring drug prices, Vermont piece. Former employee inventions, lessons after BioRad v ITC, the National Law Review. CNIPA's notice on submitting commitment letter for requesting well-known trademark protection, intellectual property, China, Mondac News alerts. AI as a patent inventor, an update from South Africa and Australia, JD Supra. Government targets, end-of-year patenting rush and innovative performance in China, Nature.com. Obituary for Dr. Willard R. Hus Obituaries, Southwest News Media. Opinion, gutting IP rights will upend university research, innovation, The Mercury News. The next headlines are from Quartz. U.S. vaccine mandates, class passes come back, bloodthirsty butterflies. Islamophobia is rampant on social media, bots are only making it worse. Flipkart's recent job listings suggest its IPO plans are on track. The highest grossing film in South Korea this year is a true story set in Somalia. The chip shortage is delaying reliance and Google's disruption of India's smartphone market. Biden is preparing to direct private employers to require COVID-19 vaccinations. Why is a bank buying Zagat parent the infatuation? European cities are slowing down their street traffic. The best vacation has no itinerary. El Salvador's Bitcoin fixation is just like a Reddit meme stock craze. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Another mod war, Jagex demands shutdown of HD RuneScape mod, retracts after public backlash. Body cam video shows cop killing a harmless dog within 15 seconds of arriving at the scene. Texas Governor Greg Abbott announces on Twitter the live streaming on Facebook of his signing of a bill that removes First Amendment rights for both. Sixth Circuit reaffirms it's a Fourth Amendment violation to chalk car tires for parking enforcement purposes. Impossibility of content moderation, scientists debunking vaccine myths get a YouTube strike for medical misinfo. Connecticut court orders blogger to turn over electronic devices to cop suing over alleged defamation by blog's commenters. Daily Deal, knowable audio learning platform. Damned if you do, damned if you don't, ProPublica's bizarre reporting on WhatsApp abuse reports. AT&T whines about Spectrum hoarding now that T-Mobile is doing it. C-Hub celebrates 10 years of existence, with a record 88 million papers available, and a call for funds to help it at AI and go open source. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Latavius Murray. Kim Jong-un North Korean. Senator Amy Klobuchar. Leila Annie Fernandez. Ed Sheeran. Drew Brees. DraftKings. God of War, Ragnarok. KOTOR remake. NBC. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. First in EU, Denmark fully lifts COVID restrictions almost 550 days after lockdown was introduced. UK foiled 31 terror plots in past 4 years, Taliban takeover in Afghanistan likely emboldened lone wolf extremists, MI5 chief. I'm no dictator and neither is Joe Biden, US conservative media outlet Daily Wire vows to defy unconstitutional vaccine mandate. Bitcoin poor store of value, could collapse drastically, central bankers warn. Popular Japanese vaccine minister Kono enters race for ruling party leader, could become next PM. He'd go down very, very quickly, Donald Trump says he'd KO Biden within seconds as he picks bitter foe for dream boxing bout. Australian banking major NAB changes name to JAB to promote COVID-19 vaccination. Nord Stream 2 has finally been completed, Russia's Gazprom announces, despite U.S. efforts to block major European gas pipeline. Liberty, cherished liberty, Marine Le Pen launches anthem quoting campaign poster for upcoming French presidential election. Youngest since Sharapova, brilliant Brit Raducanu books historical teen U.S. Open final with Canadian ace Fernandez. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Not now, not ever, RNC to sue Biden over vaccine mandate as GOP governors go ballistic. Ukraine parliament passes law to legalize and regulate cryptocurrency. EU to propose exempting green bonds from deficit and debt limit calculations. BBC admits Syria chemical attack documentary had serious flaws. German finance ministry raided over failing to report and investigate money laundering. Iran's nuclear weapons weeks away? 20 years of government-sponsored tyranny, the rise of the security industrial complex from 9/11 to COVID-19. Biden unveils most severe COVID actions yet, mandates vax for all federal workers, contractors, and large private companies. TikTok recommends sex, drug and alcohol-themed content to minors aged 13 to 15, WSJ investigation reveals. Escobar, what to expect from Taliban 2.0. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. US Open, UK's Raducanu to play fellow teenager Fernandez in final. Cricket, England-India fifth test cancelled after COVID outbreak. It is time we remember Afghan men are also victims of this war. 9/11 kids, 20 years in the US. Studies on airborne rhinos, hissing cats get Ig Nobel's Prize. Philippines skeptical as daughter denies presidential bid. UN warns Afghanistan at risk of total breakdown. Biden and she speak on phone for first time in 7 months. Biden announces new vaccine requirements in US to combat COVID. Japan yearns for charisma as race to replace Suga heats up. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Confusion, WH says business vaccine mandate will apply to postal service, if that is the rule, and USPS falls under it. Los Angeles sheriff after Larry Elder attack, how is this not a hate crime? Fauci, Biden moved to mandates because he is understandably frustrated by unvaccinated. Joe Biden mandates coronavirus vaccines for law-abiding Americans, not for illegal aliens. Broken promises, Joe Biden, Jen Psaki, Rochelle Walensky rejected federal vaccine mandates. RNC to sue Biden administration over unconstitutional vaccinate mandate. Private employers prepare lawsuits against Biden sweeping vaccine mandate. Kamala Harris on pro-life Texas law, U.S. stronger when people make health choices without government interference. Democrat John Tester bucks AOC squad, backs Jerome Powell. GOP governor slam Biden's vaccine mandates after he vowed to get them out of the way. The next headlines are from UPI News. Man collects $100,000 lottery prize after winning $1 twice. Look, wildlife officials rescue badger trapped in Colorado window well. Watch, Hawaii man with metal detector recovers heirloom ring lost in the ocean. Look, fallen tree causes hundreds of bees to swarm at Florida house. Company seeks candidate to make $1,300 by watching 13 horror movies. Virginia man reels in record-breaking, 23-pound-long nose scar. Texas park earned Guinness record with 24,459 painted pebbles. Watch, firefighters wrangle loose bull on North Carolina highway. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Curious whale nudges paddle border in Argentina in stunning video, watch. Malawi inventor lights up his whole village basically for free starting with a bicycle and a river. Reforestation of English Midlands turns 30 years old with 9 million trees planted across 200 square miles. Near complete pterosaur skeleton obtained in police raid reveals stunning details about the species. An epic adventure few have heard of, the Great Loop circles the eastern U.S. on waterways never far from shore. Science-backed tips for maximizing playtime with kids. How meditation can help you make fewer mistakes. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Friday, September 10th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. I found the largest truffle in the world. I could have sold my 1.3 kilograms truffle for a fortune, but I had something more special in mind. Man admits to posing as Caucasian on dating app to get nude pictures before extorting victims for sex. A 2-meter monster was found near Fukushima Island in Japan. Wandering pigs eluding capture, sheriff urges people not to feed them. In the Suez Canal, a ship became stuck, again. Virginia County Office seems to identify itself as woke special services in automated message. Dylan Roof, racist mass killer appeals death sentence on grounds his victims were presented in sympathetic light in court. The former president of DuPont had a squad of trained attack iguanas. Identical, Nikolai Hutchgard duplicates twin brothers win. New Roomba promises poop-apocalypse horror stories are a thing of the past. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. An Apple Watch with a temperature sensor, slap IT on Emmy, Daddy. A chaotic intro to all this machine learning hoo-ha. iPhone 13 event, what to expect from Apple on September 14th. Google may have teased the Pixel 6's release date in recent ads. So you want to live on Mars, eh? Good luck, you'll probably die a horrific death. Throwback to the legendary 1970s electric city car. Play to your strengths and don't forget them. This kid-centric 3D printer can help kids create hundreds of awesome toy ideas in minutes. This portable projector has it all 4 times stronger than competitors, projects up to 200 inches, and almost 70% off. Elon Musk's Tesla bot won't make your sci-fi nightmares come true but is still a cause for concern. The following headlines are from Science Daily. After 20 years of trying, scientists succeed in doping a 1D chain of cuprates. Young female black bears in Asheville, North Carolina, are big, have cubs early. Preventing the long-term effects of traumatic brain injury. How serotonin curbs cocaine addiction. Scientists solve mystery of icy plumes that may foretell deadly supercell storms. Too much free time may be almost as bad as too little. Breakthrough achievement in quantum computing. Ancient sea ice core sheds light on modern climate change. Moth wingtips an acoustic decoy to thwart bat attack. Researchers enlist robot swarms to mine lunar resources. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Friday, September 10th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA innovations will help U.S. meet sustainable aviation goals. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Biden orders sweeping new COVID-19 vaccine mandates for 100 million Americans. Utah lawmakers criticize Biden's new vaccine mandate. Latest from Mormon land, remembering the other 9/11, the bloodiest stain on the faith's history. EPA leads testing of Fairmont Park Pond after possible mercury detection. Officials say there's still no believed public health risk. Mayor Erin Mendenhall now opposes opening overflow homeless shelter in Salt Lake's Ballpark neighborhood. September 9, 2020, was the coldest on record in SLC. September 9, 2021, was the hottest. Utah Division of Wildlife Resources seeking information after illegal killing of pronghorn buck. The number of new COVID-19 cases in Utah surges to nearly 2,200. Salt Lake City urges caution after finding mercury may be in Fairmont Park's pond. What will BYU's expected move to the Big 12 mean for the Cougars, the conference, and college football? The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Apple's Watch software chief takes over self-driving car project. Hacker lawyer Jay Lederman is dead at 50. Groundbreaking technique yields important new details on silicon, subatomic particles and possible fifth force. Code.org, tech giants enlist teachers to sell kids and parents on CS journeys. Russia's Yandex says it repelled biggest DDoS attack in history. Web creator Tim Berners-Lee joins Proton Mail's advisory board. A bunch of ape NFTs just sold for $24.4 million. Microsoft gives up predicting when its U.S. offices will fully reopen. Amazon to cover 100% of college tuition for U.S. hourly employees. MasterCard acquires CipherTrace to boost crypto security and compliance. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. 9/11 heroes remembered Friday with reading of names on art pill. Vehicle collides with Metrolink in East St. Louis trying to flee shooting scene. Here's a list of 9/11 remembrances taking place in St. Louis area. COVID vaccines offered at Missouri State Fair, fewer than 0.02% of attendees took advantage. Missouri lawmakers may consider copying Texas abortion law. Missouri Governor, Biden COVID vaccine mandates unwelcome in our state. Maryland Heights police officer under federal indictment for child porn. Police confirm 6 people shot in East St. Louis Thursday afternoon. Does ivermectin cause infertility in men? Fact-checkers raised doubts. South St. Louis restaurant on list of 100 best neighborhood gems in America. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Longtime San Diego broadcaster Ted Leitner shares heartfelt reflections in new book. Local restaurant chain to mandate vaccine for workers amid Biden administration guidance. Grossmont Union hires investigator for prompt and thorough review of Valhalla High altercation. Thunderstorms bring rain to parts of San Diego County as heat remains. Catalytic converter thefts, local mechanics warnings for drivers. Woman jailed for allegedly stabbing boyfriend to death in Otay Mesa. Motorcyclist dies in North County crash with car. California may require menstrual products in public schools. Los Angeles Unified Board votes to require COVID-19 vaccine for students over 12. Lawyers spar over why man gunned down 2 San Diego police officers. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. The rise and fall of Shanghai's coffee king. Resurfaced Simu Liu interview spurs nationalist backlash against Zhongqi. Nannies who happen to teach, China cracks down on loopholes in private tutoring ban. China's Red New Deal, a guide to all the different crackdowns on companies going on right now. After online tutoring, why is China cracking down on private schools? 2021 Next China Conference. The State of China Studies in America, unpacking a National Committee survey. Idol worship and fan culture in China, explained. In Taiwan, a contentious quest for transitional justice. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Friday, September 10, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Doctors say get flu shots as soon as possible. 27-year-old man injured in San Mateo shooting. COVID-19, electronic intensive care unit device now in use around Bay Area hospitals. Recall group holds rally at state capitol. Community remembers San Bruno pipeline explosion 11 years later. SF launches first sober, abstinence-based program to help those on path to recovery. SF company offers to relocate employees in Texas in light of abortion ban. UCSF raising money to provide safe haven for Afghan scholars and refugees. Voices from the Sky, American Airlines Flight 11. Why one company wants your used Taco Bell sauce packets. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Teen Dream, Raducanu, 18, Fernandez, 19, into U.S. Open Final. Messi record, he's top South American international scorer. Argentina cruises with Messi, Brazil and Uruguay also in. Officials close book on controversial $6 billion O'Hare modernization program. Pritzker won't follow Biden's lead on vaccine requirement just yet. One lawsuit involving ComEd and Madigan tossed, while feds seek to protect grand jury secrets. You see their soul, images of fallen Illinois service members on display at Arlington Heights Library. Ethics bill clears House on second try, will head back to governor. Arlington Heights piano teacher inspired hundreds of young musicians. COVID-19 issues cause change to football schedules again. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Potential vote to recall Seattle City Council member Kshama Sawant will not be on November 2nd ballot. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Orange alert for Tropical Cyclone Olaf 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour. Wind speeds or higher is 0.307 million. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Larry 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour. Wind speeds or higher is 0.37 million. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Constant 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour. Wind speeds or higher is 0. Red alert for Tropical Cyclone Chengdu 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour. Wind speeds or higher is 9.922 million. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Mindy 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour. Wind speeds or higher is 0. Green forest fire alert in Angola. Green forest fire alert in Botswana. Green forest fire alert in Russian Federation. Drought is ongoing in Bhutan, China, India, Myanmar. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Friday, September 10th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from Cypher Brief Security News and High-Level Analysis. Wars are not won by evacuations. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Tropical rainmaker to bring abrupt end to lower humidity. DACA recipient returns home to Texas after 6-month separation from baby and husband. Wastewater shows severity of COVID by zip code in the Houston area. KDISD coaches explain how volunteer trip to Ground Zero helped shape their future. Son charged in murder of his parents in Southwest Houston set for hearing ahead of retrial. 1-year-old girl found dead in vehicle was left there for hours, Harris County Sheriff says. NFL is back. Tom Brady throws for 379 yards, 4 TDs, Bucks beat Cowboys 31-29. Westfield AHS principal under investigation over alleged district policy violation, Spring ISD says. Biden announces new COVID vaccine mandates for 100 million Americans. 5-year-old girl comes close to getting shot during road rage incident in West Houston. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Strong typhoon increases in force as it heads toward Taiwan. Arlo Park wins Mercury Prize for collapsed in sunbeams. The latest, 10 staff of German broadcaster leave Afghanistan. For new hires, remote work brings challenges, opportunities. White House Competition Council seeks lower consumer prices. Exclamation point, Polish YouTuber unboxed classic Taiwanese snacks. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Chronic illness is rising among 9/11 first responders, but their retirement claims keep getting denied. As New York City jail deaths mount, Hochul vows to review decarceration bill. Extra, Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks cannot stop, won't stop fighting in press. Watchdogs raise red flag about Cuomo's Bulldog spokesman Rich as a party. Criterion Channel launches Ultimate 63 film salute to New York City. Rudy Giuliani, the myth of America's mayor after 9/11. Photos, the riotous spring break art show takes over Midtown office building. Here's Tom Wolfe's draft outline for the bonfire of the vanities. Looking back at the 1971 Attica uprising, what set the stage for the deadly riots? Early edition, don't expect to climb Mount Everest if you're not vaccinated. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. South-South and triangular cooperation to help achieve UN's development goals. Latin America's central banks push climate crisis to the back burner. Global community can still shape new reality in Afghanistan. Protecting education means we protect the future, UN chief. World remains far behind solving biggest global challenges, buzzcare. Hunger spikes in Haiti following deadly earthquake. Caribbean under threat, report reveals enormous challenges for the region. A tale of two internationally trained medical doctors in Canada. UN chief, Dag Hammarskjöld set the highest standard for public service. 20 years after September 11, 2001, institutions on decline, but religion rising? The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Revealed, Mercer Street's parent shipping company a front for Israeli intelligence. DHS labels those questioning COVID shots domestic violent extremists. CNN exclusive repeats Moa's year-old reporting, Ukraine CIA try to snatch Russian veterans. COVID propaganda roundup, the ivermectin war. The woman who leaked secret documents to BuzzFeed News, triggering a massive global investigation, is now in prison. Will COVID become Australia's 9/11? Has Biden now lost Saudi Arabia? Video, Rand Paul calls for 5 years in jail for Fauci lying to Congress. Australia, we will be looking at what contact tracing looks like in the New World Order. Surprise, surprise, Fauci lied again, Rand Paul reacts to Wuhan bombshell. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Could xylitol, also known as birch sugar, kill dogs that eat it? Police planning to reinstall Capitol fence ahead of rally. Did Neil deGrasse Tyson tweet this about unvaccinated Republicans? Sweeping new vaccine mandates for 100 million Americans. Justice Department sues Texas over state's new abortion law. About 200 Westerners, including Americans, fly out of Kabul. Did Christine Grady personally approve the Pfizer vaccine? Michael Constantine of My Big Fat Greek Wedding dies at 94. Senator Amy Klobuchar says she was treated for breast cancer. Biden ousts 18 Trump Military Academy Board appointees. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. CDC, no warning issued for acute flu acid myelitis in 2021. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. 8 dressy masks for work, cocktail hour, and more. Inside the bromance between the Trump of the tropics and the original. How Kobe Smulders transformed into evil and Coulter. How Tom Cruise and Scientology exploited 9/11, with help from Trump. Prince Andrew's royal arrogance is unmatched, except by Prince Charles. The heavy burden of being Dr. Anthony Fauci. A brutal regime jailed him, now he's the dictator's rat. How Oprah helped Joe Biden speak to the nation after 9/11. Why, The Last Man is a new blockbuster TV series challenging gender identity. Here's why Joe Manchin is always dumping on other Democrats. The next headlines are from the New York Post. LGA Air train could be the most expensive subway line ever. Judge dismisses all but one SI Yankees claim against MLB, Big League Club. Suffolk County IT supervisor accused of mining Bitcoin at workplace. Leila Fernandez, Emma Raducanu earn stunning wins for all-team U.S. Open final. GOP governors rip Biden over new mandate, threaten legal action. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. The sky this week, Neptune reaches opposition. I, Astro for kids. I, why are planets round? Perseverance samples its first 2 rocks. The rise and fall of Arecibo Observatory, an oral history. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. White House announces COVID-19 vaccine mandates. Biden announces sweeping new coronavirus vaccine mandates. Los Angeles School Board votes to mandate COVID-19 vaccines for students 12 and older. Scientists discover giant prehistoric swimming head creature. Los Angeles mandates COVID vaccines for eligible students. Oil-soaked birds found near oil spill at refinery in wake of Hurricane Ida. Special report, Biden announces new COVID-19 response plan, including vaccine mandates. Biden targets workers with new COVID vaccine mandate. Biden to announce plan for vaccine mandates to fight COVID-19. U.S. likely surpasses 1936 record for hottest summer ever, NOAA says. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Microsoft backtracks, scraps plans for reopening U.S. offices due to Delta variant concerns. Man crushed to death by his own car at McDonald's drive-thru in Canada. Summer 2021 edges out Dust Bowl as hottest ever recorded. Christian leaders come together in historic call to battle climate change. Volunteer middle school crossing guard killed while saving kids from car. Robert Durst defense lawyer urges jurors to set aside gruesome dismemberment and spousal abuse to acquit sick old man. Small-time actor to plead guilty to running $650 million Ponzi scheme. FDA to take more time to decide on e-cigarette ban to curb use in children. Disgraced ex-New York City councilman accused of harassment appears with de Blasio, other officials in the Bronx. Biden institutes vaccine rules for many businesses, decries hesitancy, our patience is wearing thin. The following headlines are from military.com. Pentagon 9/11 attack survivors grappled with wounds that defined an era of war. Air Force watchdog finds career disparities for Hispanic, Asian, female service members. Guantanamo prison lingers, an unresolved legacy of 9/11. Marine recruit dies at Parris Island, the second death in 3 months. Louisiana National Guard soldier killed in drunken driving accident, Georgia Guard member charged with manslaughter. Dozens of Westerners board commercial flight from Kabul. Pentagon chief, Al-Qaeda may seek comeback in Afghanistan. U.S. troops killed in Afghan bombing awarded Purple Hearts. Man pleads guilty to stealing and selling VA masks, supplies. North Korea shows off civil defense units in toned-down parade. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Column, predicting the Chicago Bears NFL season, real Bears will be utilized, and all losses will be rigged. Chicago Park District plans life ring pilot program but not appear where teen drowned, angering Rogers Park residents. Interviews with first responders told the story of what they saw on 9/11. Illinois House approves energy policy overhaul that provides bailout for ComEd parent Exelon and sets course for carbon-free future. Mother of 4-year-old killed over Labor Day weekend calls on shooter to come forward, don't take away our son and take away our peace too. The Chicago flag design, history of every star, including one for the Great Chicago Fire, and stripe. On second try, Illinois House Democrats approve much criticized ethics plan that prompted resignation of legislature's watchdog. Advocates call for lights out as 32 million migrating birds expected to fly over Illinois Wednesday and Thursday night. Man awaiting murder trial in 2017 stabbing death of brother now held without bail for allegedly stabbing a friend this week. Illinois Math and Science Academy halts student visits home to prevent COVID-19 spread. The following headlines are from phys.org. New technology designed to genetically control disease-spreading mosquitoes. Scientists reveal the fossilized skin of a bull-like carnivorous dinosaur. Super Typhoon Shantu threatens Philippines, Taiwan. Hurricane Olaf weakens over Mexico's Baja California peninsula. Turn off the oil taps, Norway torn between climate and cash. When wolves are at the door, what communities need to get on with new neighbors. How much does the DNA extraction route impact the results of microbiome research? Research on beards, wads of gum wins 2021 Ig Nobel Prizes. California wildfires at risk of sparking as wind blows in. Biden administration targets 20% drop in aviation emissions. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Friday, September 10th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. The 18 best dog foods for sensitive stomachs. The fragile future of solitary bees. The 10% of your brain myth that just won't die. There's PFAS in our water, how do we get them out? Best hair growth vitamins, top hair growth products in 2021. The 5 best fat burners for women, 2021 guide. 5 best CBD oil for pain and inflammation, 2021 update. Best liver supplements, top liver health detox products 2021. Blast Auxiliary Portable AC Ultra Review, is it worth it, scam or legit? The 17 best dog foods for small dogs. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Yorkshire says former player was victim of racial harassment. Arlo Park wins Mercury Prize for collapsed in sunbeams. Russia says construction of Nord Stream 2 completed. Britain's economic growth slowed more than expected in July. Final England-India test off after outbreak in Indian camp. Not easy voting green, Germans wary of getting climate bill. Pope Francis to visit impoverished Roma quarter in Slovakia. World shares rebound after Xi, Biden discuss troubled ties. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. Word Game, September 10th, 2021. Horoscope September 10th, 2021, Colleen Firth, catch your breath. Ask Amy, was I right to say they cannot attend the wedding because it would cause stress? Harriet Cole, I've never been in love, could that be what I'm feeling? Miss Manners, my boyfriend yells my name in the most embarrassing places, am I overreacting? Dear Abby, my husband says I'm overreacting about his frightening parenting lapse. San Mateo, man injured in shooting. Lightning strikes reported in Sonoma, Santa Clara counties. Smoother ride coming on crumbling Interstate 680, roadshow. Witness says R. Kelly kept her locked up, assaulted her. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Never forget, 9/11 charity tunnel to towers going strong 20 years later. U.S. Postal Service exempt from Biden vaccine mandate after union endorsement, report. Steve Cohen, Nancy Pelosi deserves $200 million for Presidio because she does more for America. John A. Gentry, ex-CIA analyst, anti-Trump officials politicized intelligence, undermine security. Democrats eye big incentives, fees to prod electric companies off fossil fuels. Inside the Beltway, America will never forget 9/11. Preaching true Islam, Ahmadiyya Muslims promote peace on 9/11. Still going after the bad guys. Pentagon workers remember 9/11 after 20 years. Marco Rubio warns Central Intelligence Agency to stay off TikTok, other Chinese-owned apps. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Their fathers were caught in the 9/11 dragnet. Guantanamo came to define their lives. NI documents provide new evidence U.S.-funded gain-of-function research in Wuhan. The forever wars are coming home. Tech platform for emergency rental assistance hasn't hacked the problem, Chicagoans say. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Friday, September 10th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. A visit to Joseph Stalin's hometown is quite the reminder what a complicated place the world is. Bears unveil 2021 uniform schedule. Man fatally shot in Pilsen. Man found fatally shot in middle of street in South Loop. 17-year-old among two shot following gas station altercation. Horoscope for Friday, September 10th, 2021. Tom Brady throws for 379 yards, 4 TDs as Buccaneers beat Cowboys 31-29. Sean Mania dominates White Sox as A's take series. Illinois House advances sweeping energy overhaul, and marathon legislative effort sputters closer to finish line. West Coast venture capitalist enters Gov race as outsider who can beat Pritzker, but GOP rivals dub him ally of Silicon Valley elites. The next headlines are from the Times of India. BCCI asks England board to reschedule the final test. Taliban have their work cut out to win hearts and minds in Kabul. Apple iPhone 13 launch, likely price, specs and more. Former Up Minister Etnam Tomar found dead at his residence. Rahul visits Vaishno Devi, ask workers to chant Jai Mata Di. Pics, is Diljit sad by Kylie's pregnancy? Industrial vs Eng, 5th test postponed, to be rescheduled, series stands poised 2-1 in India's favor. Amazon takes a swipe at Musk as satellite feud escalates. BJP's Priyanka Tibrewal to take on Mamata in Bhabanipur. Bhabanipur by-election, Mamata Banerjee files nomination. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Friday, September 10th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Things to do, the best things to eat and drink in Houston this weekend. Preview, My Fair Lady Viaducts at the Hobby Center. New look Texans launch 2021 season against Jacksonville. Best of Houston 2021, Best Hot Dog. Best of Houston 2021, Best Deep Dish Pizza. Best of Houston 2021, Best Ice House. Best of Houston 2021, Best Sporting Goods Store. Best of Houston 2021, Community Orchestra. Biden takes a hard line on the unvaccinated. Department of Justice sues Texas over abortion law restrictions. The next headlines are about world records making news. Cristiano Ronaldo is a Guinness World Record holder for goals scored and will have Man United milestones, Talksport.com. Australian startup sets 25.54% efficiency record for silicon cell, PV Magazine International. Girl in Maharashtra bags record for limbo skating under 10 bars, watch, Hindustan Times. 19-year-old pilot on mission to set world record stops in Albuquerque, KRQE News 13. New Chick-fil-A coming to McKinney, Grapevine Rock Art Trail breaks world record and more DFW Arian News, Community Impact newspaper. Tesla Model S Plaid set world record at Nürburgring for EVs, track pack update, mods coming soon, Tech Times. Calgary firefighter on a quest to break a Guinness World Record. Watch news videos online, Global News Ca. Feat organized by local firm breaks world record, The Star Online. Firefighter hoping to set new record at Calgary Marathon running in full gear, Global News. The 10 biggest world record catfish ever caught, Field and Stream. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Apple fires program manager who accused bosses of harassment, intimidation. Twitter finally embraces bots. Wave goodbye to house party. Rosario Dawson is the latest big name to join the new Haunted Mansion movie. Google's plan to use 120% less water doesn't quite add up. Halloween Kills is making like Michael Myers and Coming Home. Prison contractor that charges inmates sky-high phone fees proposes virtual reality visitation. New Warriors showrunner revealed his Squirrel Girl, and why the show got scrapped. Biden lays out 6-step plan for keeping COVID-19 under control for good. Twitter's new reactions are too friendly for Twitter. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Yanbo in Saudi Arabia at 114.08 degrees Fahrenheit or 45.6 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Dome Cii in Antarctica at minus 96.34 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 71.3 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Gran Turismo 7, Spider-Man 2, KOTOR remake lead PlayStation 5 showcase. Sex can relieve nasal congestion, and other work honored by 2021 Ig Nobels. InfoSec researchers say Apple's bug bounty program needs work. Ray-Ban stories, these are Facebook's first mass-market smart glasses. Our flexible processors can now use bendable RAM. With COVID out of control, Biden unveils hefty vaccine mandates. LA police ask people they stop for their Facebook and Twitter account info. VR review, Space Pirate Trainer's new arena is massive, must play, if you can. Recycling symbol cannot appear on non-recyclable items, California bill says. The following headlines are from Raw Story. DC Insider, every time Republicans defend the filibuster they're directly violating the Constitution. How the GOP overplayed its hand in Texas. Astronomers think they know where to find Planet 9. Scathing memo offers blueprint for attacking extremist Republicans, report. Many white Americans feel threatened by the increasingly diverse country, and their fear is dangerous. Years after 9/11, first responders are still dying from exposure. This is their story. Active shooter reports at Air Force Base causes lockdown, report. Trump says he doesn't want to brag, but Twitter has been boring since he was banished. Josh Mondale rants about Biden's Gestapo in video from Ohio cornfield, do not comply with the tyranny. Biden's EPA blocks gold mine to protect Alaska's Bristol Bay watershed. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Hurricane Ida left a huge water crisis in her wake. Inside the wild, Twitter-fueled race to airlift dogs from Afghanistan. It's not too late to learn the lessons we didn't learn from 9/11. FBI seizes Oath Keeper lawyer's phone in seditious conspiracy investigation. Justice Department launches lawsuit to fight Texas abortion ban. Artists in Louisiana mobilize on Instagram for on-the-ground hurricane relief. The fight over the Ground Zero mosque was a grim preview of the Trump era. The Proud Boys say they aren't coming, DC is bracing for violence anyway. Take a look in the mirror, the horror of the new Candyman is complicity. 9/11, when pop culture went into patriotic overdrive. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Dixie Fire roars north, threatens telescope that looks for alien life, SF Gate. New estimate makes groundwater, not ice sheets, largest water reservoir on land, the University of Arizona research. Academy Movie Museum, where you'll meet R2-D2, E.T., more, Los Angeles Times. 10 things in tech you need to know today, Thursday, September 9th, Business Insider. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Comparative Genomics provides insights into the aquatic adaptations of mammals, pnas.org. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. Solving the problem of death, 150 seems to be an outer limit, and here's why. Genetic Literacy Project. Join us at a global event, Increasing Healthy Longevity, Longevity Live, Longevity Live. Jeff Bezos funding Silicon Valley tech firm to make him immortal, Jizbit. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Friday, September 10th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Friday, September 10th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News8. All rights reserved.